All right, we're rolling and on the radio, Jason. Now, I know you have some things to say.
Yeah. I have some thoughts.
Sorry, did you mean thoughts? Before we proceed, I just want to make sure about something. Like, I want to make absolutely clear about something.
Please. Uh-huh.
Do you mean thoughts
No,
as
please.
in, like, ideas? Or do you mean thoughts as in the derogatory term for women, that hoe over there? As in you have a lot of hoes? Because I would consider that an offensive way to talk about women, and it would bother me. And we don't do that.
If I did, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. First of all, no, thank you. I had no idea that's what that stood for. I know what you're talking about.
You're always talking about
believe it
your
or
hoe
not.
collection.
Right. But no, in this case, I'm actually talking about having a idea, an idea or a concept I wish to express.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Now I've totally lost track of where. Oh,
dementia.
So long time listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them may recall. What, a month, 2 months ago? It's hard. Like this, hard to tell in this
long-time
podcast
listeners. Long-time
like,
listeners might recall.
A month.
Might recall my birth.
That's right. You're right. But a few months ago, I had mentioned on this podcast, bragged about it. That I had a number of unpaid parking tickets that I was holding out. Like, I thought I'm morally in the right, and I was sticking it to the city of Denver.
The thing is, I just want to make this clear, Jason, and to any listener who feels this way. You can be morally in the right, but, like, if the person who's morally in the wrong can impound your car anyway, it doesn't matter. That's how I felt at the time. It's how I feel. I don't know how I felt at the time, but that's how I feel now.
You're wise beyond your years in that observation.
I am.
Because the other day, I went outside to the Jeep, parked on the street, hopped it, like was gonna hop in. Lo and behold, the fucking boot. The man had come by, booted up my Jeep, put a note, like affixed a note to the driver's side window.
Said, "Pay your tickets, you goddamn greasy Jew."
More. Well, it didn't. It didn't speculate as to my like ethnicity or family heritage, but it did pretty much say pay your goddamn tickets. Yeah. But whatever adhesive they used is like that. I pulled the letter off, but that shit's gonna be on there forever.
Man. Well, I guess so. We all learned.
I fought the law. Yeah.
We all learned a lesson today. Jason fought the law, and the law won. And now his Chevy Tahoe is breaking rocks in the hot sun.
That's right.
You know what, Jason?
Chevy, no.
I'll be right back. I need your opinion on an outfit change.
Oh, okay.
I just thought of this. I was like, I look a bit off.
I thought he looked fine, but whatever. Now I'm starting to feel self-conscious because I just have my Bucky's sleeveless tee.
So, Jason.
All right, what do we got? Yeah.
Here's what we're doing. We're just throwing this blazer on. It's got a little dog hair on it. That's fine. Over the floral polo. Check it.
Uh-huh.
How's the vibe change now?
Yeah, nice.
I look like I was gonna say a bad comparison. I look like Ric Flair. I do. Look like the Jewish Ric Flair.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking like maybe a like liquor sales rep.
All right.
Like that's what you would wear as you like make the rounds at different bars.
It's good that we're talking
at, like, noon.
It's good that we're talking sales, not liquor. But Jason, well, first off, audience, welcome to Underworld News Tonight. I'm Andrew Michaels, man of the people, joined as always by my co-host and friend Jason Strong. Now, Jason, I got to read an intro for you. And as you know, we've picked up a number of sponsors recently, wheeling and dealing with our business model. So,
no, that's good to hear.
I want to read a few things that you've told me and tie them into our sponsorships. I've got 3.
Okay.
Let me know. Let me know if any of these are like me going too far. I'll edit it out.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, first one. Oh, I got to drink some water.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be fine.
I mean, I wouldn't want to lose these very real multi-million-dollar sponsors, Jason.
No, that's true. No, that's true.
So, Jason,
what?
You've said to me many times, 9/11 was an inside job. And speaking of inside jobs, it can be really hard to find the right-handed candidate when you're hiring. And that's why Jason and I really love ZipRecruiter.
That's right.
If you sign up now with the promo code American Blood for Oil, you can get 15% off on ZipRecruiter Premium. That's going to give you a free AI resume sorting tool to help you find the perfect candidate and not waste your time reading all these gross, poor people resumes. Remember, ZipRecruiter, promo code American Blood for Oil.
That's right. Then you'll get your very own insider.
Whether your jobs are inside jobs, like planning 9/11, accounting, or HR, or outside jobs, like landscaping or flying the plane.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. What do you think? Is that one, are we in the clear so far?
So far, so good.
All right.
Yeah. So far, so good.
We're going to do number 2.
Okay.
Jason. You know how you're working on that book about how Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself?
That's right.
Well, I think you're right, because he had the help of the fine people at Home Depot for all of his rope and ladder needs.
Oh, yeah. No, that's, yeah, he sure did.
If you go to homedepot.com now with the promo code Little St. James Island, you can get 25% off ropes, ladders.
That's right.
And big sunglasses.
Would they have? Right. What else would they have that you might need? I don't know. Yeah, the ropes and ladder, I guess, are probably the biggest.
That's
right. The biggest part of
it. That's, I think, what he would have gone there for. Yeah.
No, you're right. No,
they very specifically sponsored us for ropes and ladders, by the way. I don't know if I should worry about our audience.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. No, I gotcha. Yeah. That's right. Go to Home Depot for all your rope and or ladder needs.
They said to me at the meeting, and I quote, "You have a ropes and ladder audience, but it's a very short window." So,
got it. Okay. I don't. Okay. Ropes and ladder. I don't know. That sounds like a generic version of Shoots and Ladders. The child's board game.
Oh my god.
All right, what's your third one?
All right. Jason?
Yeah.
You know how you said to me last week that you've been having trouble sleeping at night because of your role in the 90s in the O.J. Simpson defense team?
I do, actually, yeah.
Well,
it haunts me.
You know what can help with that?
Casper Mattress?
You are exactly right. Casper Mattress. If you go to CasperMattress.com, promo code OJ didn't do it, or did he? Question mark.
A long promo code.
It's a pretty long promo code. Yeah, we want to get both sides.
Right.
We gotta get both sides.
No, right. That's right. We Casper Mattress asks us not to. We can't alienate. That huge segment of the population that thinks that OJ didn't do it.
Right. Well,
we don't want to miss those 12 people.
Well, listen. How could OJ have killed her if he's dead now? Because if you're dead, you didn't kill someone. Like, that doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
No one dead killed someone, dude.
Right.
But anyway, we'll edit that out because I know there's the fringe OJ did it weirdos, and I don't want them to be alienated by what we're saying. Anyway, the point is you go on now, right? You take this mattress quiz.
Right.
How do you sleep?
That's right.
Your back, your side, the front, face down, ass up. You adjust both sides of the mattress. You could put it to sleep mode. You could put it to fuck mode. You could put it to watch TV mode. You could put it to not killing your wife mode. Whatever you want to do with it.
Alibi mode.
Again, promo code OJ didn't do it, or did he? ?
Yeah. No, these are wow. So like, are you going to send me a check? Like, are we going to split the money for these proceeds, or for these sponsorships, or is there?
I could.
Like, I haven't received a Casper mattress. It's my understanding they often like send people free products.
I could send you the check, right? I could send you the check.
Yeah,
and definitely still have the check. Definitely still have the money.
Sure. Okay.
If you want,
well,
though,
let me give you my Venmo.
In lieu of the check, I can let you take a picture in the new Underworld News Tonight Aston Martin. Oh, it's at my apartment, so you can't have it. Maybe you could have it for a weekend a year, if we get more sponsorships, so I can get my new manservant Mitchell to fly it out for you. I got a manservant with a first name that sounds kind of like my last name, and it is for psychosexual reasons.
Absolutely. I had no idea that these sponsorships paid so generously, because from other podcasts I listen to that have, in some cases, the exact same sponsors, those motherfuckers seem like they're barely getting by the amount of times they ask for money and shit. But apparently for us, they just gave you a briefcase full of cash.
Well, yeah. That actually reminds me. That actually reminds me. I do have one more of our sponsors that I have to read before we proceed.
Oh, okay.
I'm not supposed to say that this is a sponsor, so make sure to edit that out.
Okay.
Jason, I am aching to get to these news stories almost as much as I am aching for the decadent West to stop lying about the glorious People's Republic of Iran, a place where all people live in peace and harmony.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No, just got to edit out the parts where I say I was paid to say that.
But. Okay. So that's okay. Well, I guess that's the stance.
And.
Yeah.
For now,
I don't know if I believe in it, but whatever. You've got the sport coat on, I guess.
I've got a sport coat on, and that is what matters.
You got the sport coat on. I have the Buc-ee's gas station sleeveless T-shirt. So
you notice how they stopped calling those wife beaters? They should have never started calling those wife beaters, right? I always thought it was weird that they're the type of shirt
I think
called
that
wife
was a wife beater. Yeah, I think that was kind of a miss socially. I've heard them also referred to as Italian T-shirts.
I've only heard, growing up, I was told they were called a tank top.
Yeah. Okay. Tank top.
I think that's good.
Well, it's not the material.
I mean, that's the color and the big smiling Buc-ee's beaver. Yeah. You can't really beat your wife in that, because she's got to look into the eyes of the smiling Buc-ee's beaver the whole time, and that's that's a bridge too far. All happy.
No, that sucks ass. Yeah, I couldn't. No,
beating your wife sucks ass. You heard it here first, folks. Not a good idea.
That's right.
Jason Strong says it. Not a good idea.
Yeah. There's very few people, I think, need to be beaten that you should beat. Most people don't beat. We'll say that.
Yeah.
We'll stand by that.
That would be a good big catchphrase, right?
Sure.
Don't beat your wife. Don't. Don't beat your wife.
Say spouse.
Don't beat your spouse.
Anyway, it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't beat your spouse. And let's just clarify to make sure it's gender neutral. This is all on a T-shirt, right? Don't beat your spouse. Yeah. Don't kick them in the dick or balls or punch them in the vagina or clit.
Yeah.
Or kick them in the tits. Instead of doing that, you should go to Dorney Park.
What? Dorney Park.
Yeah, it's an amusement park in New Jersey. It's got a pretty good wooden roller coaster.
Oh.
And
That sounds fun.
I don't think anyone wants to beat their wife after being on a wooden. I like wooden roller coasters. I don't think anyone wants to beat their wife after being on a wooden roller coaster. They're too much fun. They're too much fun, folks.
All right. No. I agree. I'm a fan of a wooden roller coaster.
So what's there even left to talk about? The podcast is over.
That's right.
Just just slide down some wood, folks, and get on with your lives.
That's right. All right. Well, that was something. Should we start with our first story?
I guess we should, Jason.
All right. This is kind of a developing story. This comes to us from KTLA 5, LA's very own, written by Josh DeBose.
Man, sometimes I think all it takes to run a news organization is some letters and a number.
Certainly, yeah.
Listen, I'm take it from
That's
me.
Exactly right.
ANDR9.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I thought there was like rules. I don't know if it's west of the Mississippi.
There are rules about wearing. There are rules, Jason. There are rules about wearing a polo shirt with a blazer. Am I following those rules?
I guess not.
Because
No,
I'm
you're
a
right.
bad honky.
No, that is one slur I'll slay. Oh, I will. He's fucking honkies. Anyway, all right. Again, developing story.
As developing as Jason's budding bosom.
That's right. Headline: Weezer bassist wife shot by LA police, booked for attempted murder. So this happened a while ago, or no, it was a couple days ago. But I feel like this is developing. We're slowly,
we're still figuring out.
Because it makes no sense.
We're still figuring out what happened. But I have to say, Jason, are you a Weezer fan?
Mm-hmm. I like Weezer.
You like Weezer?
Since they're like
Pinkerton,
what's the blue color?
Yeah, that era. Yeah.
Since
even Rivers Cuomo kind of hates Pinkerton, but you listen to it and it is a masterpiece. You got to admit. I'm doing a lot of Trump hand gestures the moment I put this blazer on, dude. I'm not even trying to do it. It's just happening.
It just happened. No. Oh, yeah.
But all right.
Well, let's go with it and see if you start talking about
immigration,
deporting people right to El Salvador or annexing French Guiana or whatever the fuck he's been talking about this week. I'll let you know. We'll pull the ripcord, but
yeah, maybe next week.
We'll see how it goes.
What I'm saying is, I do feel that Weezer did foreshadow this in one of their songs.
Really?
Yeah. The song Say It Ain't So? It's on Rock Band, the first one.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
There's a lyric.
Yeah.
Like father, stepfather, the wife is shooting at the cops.
A for effort. I don't think there's any evidence she actually shot at the cops.
You think she's innocent? Like OJ.
So we'll let's get into this here. An already bizarre story. Yeah. No, you should, maybe even 2 or 3.
I'll put in this one's actually almost dead, so I will put in a new one.
An already bizarre story involving a crash on a Los Angeles freeway, a manhunt, the arrest of a man in his underwear, and a police shooting of an uninvolved woman has now taken an even more surreal twist.
Oh, man. Well, there's a lot to unpack there. Let's get into it.
That's the first sentence. Yeah.
Can you repeat that sentence, Jason?
I certainly can. An already bizarre story involving a crash on a Los Angeles freeway, a manhunt, the arrest of a man in his underwear, and a police shooting of an uninvolved woman has now taken an even more surreal twist.
You know,
I do want to. I do. Let me. I do want to give a shout out here that the sentence says police shooting, like it's the active voice, instead of like the passive voice that the news typically uses when police are involved. Well, I just did it myself. Police are involved in a shooting.
Right. The police did shoot.
They just happened to be there.
The wife of the bassist.
Exactly.
Of Weezer.
For Weezer. Of Weezer.
And guys, I'm just going to say this right now. If there's one band that I don't think would benefit from a member having a dead wife, a lot of bands, like, there are a lot of musicians that we're going to get a really good dead wife album out of. We either have or we will, right? Yeah. We don't need to wish it on anyone. We don't need to run down the list. But, like, all right. All right, should we run down the list for a second?
I was going to say, Clapton gave us a popular for its time Dead Kid song.
Great Dead Kid song.
And that was before we knew
how racist
really
he was.
Thought about Clapton as being a piece of shit. But
he's a piece of shit with a dead kid. He contains multitudes.
He did have a good Dead Kid song.
He had a good Dead Kid.
I don't know. I don't know the kid. I
bet his dead kid was less racist than him because he didn't even know who Southeast Asians were.
He could not possibly be more racist.
That takes time and practice.
That's right.
But, look, if you ask me to run through the list.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You're going to say something offensive. Yeah.
Is it offensive to say that when... All right, I'm trying to think of some good examples. All right, when either Jay-Z or Beyonce dies, the other one's going to make an album. It's going to be really good. Okay. Like, it's going to be great.
All right, I'll grant you that. I can't think of... Are there any good dead wife?
When Bruce Springsteen's wife dies, dude, we're going to get a great dead wife song.
Well, that's true, yeah. Well, I think you're just naming, like, talented artists who are maybe getting up there in years. And, you know, like...
Even younger people... Well, a lot of the younger ones are divorced, that's the thing. But...
Right.
And Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin are not a couple that I think things are working out for. I think that he has feelings for Selena Gomez still, and that's why he's been crashing out on Instagram, if you ask me.
Well...
I am a bit of a Bieber fan these days, actually. Though. Ghost is a good song. Sorry is a good song. So I guess I just like those two songs.
I like Selena Gomez's work on Only Murders in the Building.
She's funny on that show. She's funny on that show.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, should I keep...
Should probably keep going.
Let's get
back into it.
Jillian Schreiner, 51, wife of Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner, was the quote uninvolved woman shot by police and now faces charges of attempted murder, according to an LAPD news release.
They're trying to get out of it. She didn't do anything. She's innocent.
The April 8th incident began in the eastbound lanes of the 134 freeway west of Figueroa Street in Eagle Rock at around 3 p.m.
I'm getting very hot in that blazer. I'm taking it off.
It is. No, I'm sure. California Highway Patrol responded to reports of a 3-car crash in which 3 males in one of the involved vehicles fled the freeway on foot, prompting CHP to call LA police for backup. All right, so we're already...
All right, the cops are coming in. So we got a guy running. He's on the freeway. The cops are coming in.
Yeah, 3 guys running. One of the suspects, who was chased off the freeway by a brother and sister, who witnessed the crash, got into the Eagle Rock neighborhood, stripped down to his boxers, jumped into a resident's pool, and watered their garden in an attempt to blend in.
All right, the problem is...
What?
First off...
Man.
Do we know anything about these suspects?
No. They ultimately, they caught one of them.
All right. Most of the people I see watering gardens, whether it's their own garden or somebody else's, right?
Sure.
Generally clothed. Generally.
Right.
I see people shirtless for intensive yard work sometimes. But basic garden watering, that's a clothed activity.
Right. No, I totally agree.
So as far as the blending in goes,
Well, I guess it depends on what his boxers looked like.
That's
like
true.
if it was the classic with the red hearts.
That's a
like
problem,
I think people would be like, no, that's a boxer. That's right.
Yeah.
But if it was a solid color, I don't know. Maybe you could pass it off.
I'm a solid color
swim trunk
boxer
or a
man,
short.
yeah, but
I am too, actually. Yeah.
I don't like a pattern
on
my boxer. I feel they get worn in the laundry.
That's right.
And I was also like, who am I trying to impress? My penis?
No, that's. I mean, kind of. Like I do buy boxers with my penis in mind, but
I do, but not like its visual preferences.
How it's gonna feel. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I like how it's gonna make my junk look, but I don't think my junk looks better with like Pokemon on it.
Sure. While police were searching backyards for that suspect in the area of Eagle Vista Drive and Waldo Place, the bassist's wife allegedly emerged from her home next door, armed with a gun.
Man, well,
so police in the neighborhood looking for, I guess this boxer clad guy. I don't know. It attracts her attention. So
he only had, I would just stay inside and keep the gun inside. Use the gun, but use it inside. I wouldn't go out with the gun. So you're asking for trouble.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because there's this guy in the neighborhood. But who are you, the fucking Punisher?
Yeah, that right. Then you have cover. Yeah,
right. If what I'm saying is this, I'm gonna look up the FBI's most wanted man right now and what he did.
All right.
FBI most wanted guy.
Let me keep reading. Police said Schreiner refused multiple orders, dropped the firearm before pointing it at officers, prompting them to open fire. The 51-year-old was struck in the shoulder and by police gunfire, retreated into her home. Meanwhile, Sky 5 was over the scene when the suspect in his underwear was captured, cuffed, and arrested.
All right, so...
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
The FBI doesn't have, and this is what the point I was making, FBI doesn't have, it doesn't rank the top 10 most wanted. One of these guys is crazy. It's Ryan Wedding. Okay. Ryan Wedding used to be an Olympic snowboarder, but now he's wanted for $10 million for allegedly running a transnational drug trafficking ring and orchestrating multiple murders.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, dude, it's
that's
crazy.
A big one. Yeah.
And I'm going to say, he did the 2002 Winter Olympics, came in 24th, which, he's orchestrated multiple murders, so I will say 24th is a lot better than I could do. Right. And it's not even a top 10 list. He's number 535, because I was going to say 10 million doesn't seem that much for number one. But the point is, if I saw him, at the store, and he said, "Hi, I'm Ryan Wedding of Olympic snowboarding and multiple murders."
Yeah,
I'd probably say, "Hello, sir. Do you like chopped cheeses? Do you want me to order you one so you don't kill me?"
Right. Sure.
I just don't see a situation where me, even with a gun, is particularly useful in that situation.
Well, sure. But I think the way I'm reading this, right, because the police are searching backyards for these guys who caused a car crash, I think maybe she heard like a ruckus
Oh, okay.
and went out not necessarily expecting to like capture somebody, capture like one
Right.
of these dudes, but just like shit's, fucker shouldn't be in my yard,
That makes sense.
and goes out to question them. But
No,
but yeah,
that's a
I
much
don't
more
know.
likely
Like
scenario.
but yeah, anyway, let's say the police told her to drop it. She didn't. They're saying that she pointed it at cops and then they shot her in the shoulder. Went to the hospital, non-life threatening gunshot wound. She's home already. I'm summing it up now because it's a lot of words here. And yeah, they've the police have for whatever reason charged her with thought it was appropriate to charge her with attempted murder over the
That's got to protect your shit. I agree with you. Protect your shit.
Yeah. No, I said it's I don't know, pretty fucked up. Like, I'm glad she's okay. I don't.
We
Very
don't
few
need
people
it.
you should shoot either. Yeah.
Even if you don't like Weezer's most recent work, I thought their cover. I think they've had some stinkers lately, but
Yeah.
nothing to kill
not,
someone's wife over.
No, I did not care for their cover of Toto's Africa.
I agree.
I don't care for Toto's Africa.
I love
place.
Toto's Africa.
Nah.
You don't like Toto's Africa? You feel nothing?
I was a little. I'll say I'm impressed by the like fidelity to the original. Like they didn't really take it much of anywhere except cover it.
Jason, as we both know, I went through a lot last year, and I have been in situations where I have met an old man along the way, hoping to find some forgotten words or ancient melodies. And unless you've been in that situation, unless you've been in my shoes in that way, you don't understand Toto's Africa the way I do, man. And that's your generation's music, not mine.
Well, I didn't say like it's well done. I just don't like it. It's not for me. I'm not saying it's like
what is for you, Jason? What is for you? Songs about sex and the club and masturbating at the Boston Aquarium? Is that more your speed?
I mean, the first two, I don't know. The last one seems oddly specific. I don't recall.
Are telling me that you don't listen to Toto's Africa or Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire or Take On Me.
Yeah, it was faster. Take On Me is okay.
Because you would rather listen to bluegrass songs about masturbating at the Boston Aquarium because manatees are mammals, and if you look at them from a distance at the right angle, you could see their tits. That's what you're telling me.
I guess I don't.
I think you're what's wrong with America.
I think that's. I mean, they're fine. All the songs you named are fine. Like I just don't care for them. It's just not.
It's not your thing. It's not your thing.
Your
thing is more.
It's not my bag.
Your thing. It's not your bag, man. It's not your bag, man.
That's not my right.
And let me guess, your bag, man. Your bag, man is. I'm just gonna take a wild fucking guess. Let me know if I'm off base. It's
okay.
It's taking Amtrak from Denver, Colorado to Boston, Massachusetts, getting an early bird weekday ticket to the aquarium when it's on discount but during the summer so that you know there's no school field trips so it won't be weird. Going to the manatee area, looking around, making sure nobody's watching, and when they're flipping around and going upwards, you could see their tits, sliding your hands into your sweatpants and rubbing a quick one out before the security guard notices. Is that more your bag, man, than Toto's Africa?
Man, it's a tough choice. No, of course not. I mean, if those are my options, I'll listen to Toto. But
oh yeah, me too. Yeah, of course, obviously.
You also have to understand that, like,
the Boston Live show is canceled.
I mean, at least at the aquarium. Um, you also have to understand that, like, I've heard these songs a whole lot more than you have. I'm guessing, like, just by the age difference.
Well,
That, like,
you don't know how many
Aha
times I've willingly
by
listened to it. The thing is, every song I've heard a million times is by choice.
See, I didn't get that because we had three. We only had one MTV. We had three like radio stations, and so I heard like "Take on Me" by Aha. I don't know, and before I turned 18, maybe 750,000
But you know what,
times.
Jason? You know what the secret to that is, and this is where
What's
you
that?
old fucks are stupid. You can listen to any song you want as many times as you want in your imagination. I'm listening. I could name a song. I'll listen to it right now.
Oh, "When the Levee Breaks" by Led Zeppelin.
See me bopping my head?
I do, but the rhythm you're
I'm not good at bopping my head in rhythm. If the music was playing,
I'm curious.
If it
now
keeps
I'm
on
curious
raining,
if you're thinking of the right song. Okay, there we
break.
go. There we go.
I stole it. It's like I stole it from Muddy Waters myself.
I guess that says something about my age that Led Zeppelin was where I went to.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Doesn't it, you fucking honky?
Yep. Me and my honky music.
Honk, honk, honk. That's your music.
That's right. It's clown music.
Oh, is that where honky comes from? Because white people, it's like clowns. Is that why? I think it's a funny word. I think it's a funny word. I like the word honky.
I do too.
Honky is not just my favorite slur. It's one of my favorite words overall.
It had it was definitely more popular like in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Like, I heard it a lot more growing up. Like, I couldn't tell you the last time I've heard the word honky on a TV show, but it was like the TV shows, at least the ones I watched when I was like 8, littered with honky.
It was called America's Next Top Honky. It was your favorite show.
That's right. Yeah. What do you think people look for in a top honky?
I think a lot of hair gel.
Sure.
Their hair should look like Lego hair. A good honky's hair looks like Lego hair, right? You should be able to rip it off in a single brick. It's like a denture for their head. So you want that button down, plaid, suspenders, fiscally conservative, socially moderate. Yeah,
that all tracks. Are you looking up a picture of like the cast of the Jeffersons, by the way? Because I feel like that sort of describes one of the characters.
I'm not, but maybe I am. And this again, because I can watch. I've never watched the Jeffersons, but I can watch it right now.
Oh man,
in my imagination.
Well,
look, I'm watching it right now.
Then you don't know what
Mr. Jefferson is kissing Mrs. Jefferson because they have a good marriage.
That probably happens. Yeah.
See, I know what happens in the Jeffersons. I think I got to take my dog out, and then we'll be back.
This comes to us from WSB TV2, Atlanta.
All right, let's get into it. More letters and numbers.
By CNN News Source /WTOC.
All right. We got the ambulances going outside for it.
That more relevant than you think. Headline: Georgia 911 caller hears dispatcher ordering McGriddle during emergency call.
All right, so this is something that we do need to talk about, Jason, because what was the core promise of my president? Well, what is the core promise? Sorry, of my presidential campaign, where I'm running for the Democratic, Republican, Reform, Libertarian, Green, and Constitution and Prohibition Party nominations.
It's going to be a big sign.
Yeah, edit this
It's gonna-
beer
gonna
out.
have
Edit
some
this
big
beer
ass-
out of the episode in the
Big-
Prohibition Party markets, by the way.
Well, it's going to be a big ass yard sign. But no, I believe one of your campaign platforms was a McGriddle in every pot.
A McGriddle in every pot.
A McGriddle for every American.
And this is what I'm saying. Because this 911... Listen. McGriddle is irresistible.
That's right.
When you want one, you need one, right? I make a pretty good McGriddle dupe at home I've been using the Trader Joe's Dutch Griddle cakes, putting a little maple syrup on the side of one, a little butter on the side of the other, turkey sausage and some cheese in between. It's a good weekend breakfast.
Oh, man.
But that's not... Yeah. It's a good sandwich. It's not a real McGriddle, and you know it's not a real McGriddle when you're eating it. You want a real McGriddle. So you cannot blame this 911 dispatcher for ordering the McGriddle. However, had I been president, she wouldn't need to.
That's right. That's right. Because they would just come to her. Him.
They would.
I think it's a him.
It's a him. You assumed that the 911 dispatcher was a woman because she fucked up.
Man. Oh, well, if you don't get elected president, I think with that attitude, there's a place for you on the Trump administration. Chatham County, Georgia. 911 caller in Chatham County had a very hard time getting through to dispatchers when he thought someone was breaking into his home. When he finally did get through, he said the dispatcher was ordering breakfast. On Valentine's Day, Dylan Johnson started his morning by calling 911. I almost said morning routine.
All right, listen, because this is the other part of it too, is if you're single on Valentine's Day, I do think the pancakes or the griddle cakes at McDonald's are the easiest menu item to have sex with, right?
I think we talked about this weirdly before. But...
Have we? No, I think we've talked about other pastries to have sex with, but we've never talked about what to fuck on the McDonald's menu. Maybe we have on the Burger King menu. But that's a whole different ballgame. Those, you can't, that's apples to oranges.
No, that's true. They don't even have a McGriddle.
They don't have a McGriddle. And you can't fuck a croissant. That's too... You had to wait until lunch to fuck anything at Burger King, sadly.
Yeah, it's too fragile.
People say the bagel sandwiches, but not every penis is the same size, and not every bagel hole is the same size, even at McDonald's.
All right. Good to know. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Hit me up for more food reviews.
Quote, my wife called me while I was at work at about 9:30 and said someone was snooping around the house, knocking on the doors, banging on windows and stuff.
All right, can I listen?
Not 9:30?
9:30. I just want to start. You're using the phone anyway to the wife, right?
I think it's the other way, but yeah, wife.
So the wife, somebody was snooping around the house. The wife was home. The husband was at work. So he said, my wife called me. Why didn't she call 911 and then you can call him after? Why call him to call 911? Because when he gets through to 911, because you know what? This dispatcher could have his fucking McGriddle or her fucking McGriddle or their fucking McGriddle, because I give McGriddles to non-binary people too. I'm not Donald Trump.
Sure.
But either way, regardless of gender affiliation, right? They can order the McGriddle, because when the husband gets through, the first question is like, do you see him? What are you going to do? Call the wife back? Do a conference call? Fucking Zoom?
Yeah.
You going to use podcastle.ai, which is good for recording this show, but not very good for a fucking 911 call.
Yeah, so, emergency calls.
Yeah. You know what? Don't waste 911's goddamn time. How about that?
That's actually a good catch on your part. Yeah, like
it's a media catch.
He the one calling. Like
it's fucking stupid. Dude.
I mean, not that. Granted, as we will ascertain the more I read the story. Like, not great. The 911 caller operator should be like on the ball,
Yeah.
right? Fair enough.
Listen, there are jobs that
like,
you can pay attention at and jobs you can goof off at. And
yeah, that is not
911
a goof-off
dispatcher
job.
is not a fuck around job. Most jobs, you don't
Right.
need to try that hard. I mean, you do in the sense
No.
like keeping the job, but you don't in the sense
Right.
of like society actually collapsing.
Not moment to moment.
Like if you read David Graeber, the good thing is that a solid percentage of our jobs are bullshit that doesn't need to exist, which is deeply existentially depressing. However, there's also a kind of freeing nature to that for the vast majority of us. However, if you are a 911 dispatcher, your job definitely needs to exist, and you definitely need to do it. You are you don't get the kind of benefit side of that existential horror of late stage capitalism, sadly.
Right. Article continues. He called the county's non-emergency line first, followed by 911 3 times. He finally
you mean
got
911, Jason?
931.
You mean 911?
Oh, 911. You're right. That means totally different. Something totally different.
We talked about this.
Thank you. No, that's the dementia.
It's the dementia, Jason.
Yeah. So he called 911 3 times, finally got an answer by 931. After trying for about 6 minutes, according to his phone's call log. Again, like, I'd say it's hard to, like, does he really feel like this is an emergency? If wife calls him, he calls the non-emergency line.
Yeah, you got to go straight to 911. 911 is definitionally for like somebody is there and I am afraid too. Like whether or not it's actually an emergency, like 911 is more about like how present it is, because like then like when things are being dealt with, you can ascertain if it's a false alarm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where was I at? Oh, quote, I was panicking. My wife was home alone with my 5-month-old daughter. I was coming home not knowing what I was going to come home to.
Yeah,
Johnson
almost as
said.
if she should have called fucking 911 herself.
Called 911 herself. Yeah. After about 3 minutes into Johnson's 911 call, he heard the dispatcher talking to others around her and appearing to order breakfast. Oh, I guess it is her.
Could also be a man with a high-pitched voice. Like when I fucked up at our old call center job, almost certainly they said something bad about women when I hung up the phone.
Quote, mcgriddle. I'm sorry, what? Can be heard on the 911 call. Johnson said he was stunned by what he heard.
You gotta write mcgriddle down. You gotta write it down or use the mute.
Right. That's right. Quote, if it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't believe that it happened to someone else. That's how unbelievable it really is.
Man. It's just so unbelievable, I didn't believe it.
That's right.
It's how you know this is like, listen, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
This is a story where every single person is dumb. The wife is dumb for calling the husband.
No argument here.
The baby is dumb for being a baby. The 911 dispatcher is dumb for the mcgriddle thing, right? You got to write that down or use the mute button, because we've all...
Right.
I bumped cigarettes on phone calls at my old job. I fucking, when I was working from home, I ripped the bong on phone calls at my old job. Sure. Whatever I had to do, right? But you use that mute button, you put them on, you do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's, and especially in the office, you just write mcgriddle. Very unique letters. You write them in all capitals. That's the good thing about the McDonald's menu. They thought about the fact they want all look very different if you write them down in all capital letters, regardless of your handwriting. A little bit of fast food marketing. Right?
What, seriously?
I just they all do. I don't know if it's something they thought of.
Sense.
I made that up, but like
no, it was completely plausible.
But either way, right?
Amazing.
But also the husband's dumb.
On
virtue of that sentence alone, right? Of the whole fucking like it was so. How do you use so many words to say it was unbelievable?
That's right.
He said, "If it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't believe that it happened to someone else." That's how unbelievable it was. All you're saying is it's unbelievable, and I'm a bad friend. That's what you're saying. And
Yep.
shame on you.
Yep. When police arrived, Johnson said whoever was at his house had already left. Said his wife was shaken up, but his family was okay. Dispatcher's actions are under review. Goes into some statistics here. Basically, like I think this is kind of a nationwide problem. The 911 system kind of struggling.
It's not good.
You know, they don't not a lot. They don't have enough employees, enough staff.
Not enough staff, not enough money.
Right, and so now you get people ordering their breakfast while they're answering this weird guy's.
You should assume it's a McGriddle, by the way. That's the other thing too. It's like, like if somebody, it's always a McGriddle. It's got to be the McGriddle. It's a good sandwich.
Like when someone's, hey, I'm running to McDonald's to get some breakfast. Do you want anything?
What do you think they're going to say? I'm going to get.
You just say yes, I want something, and they know
McGriddle. And then the only question is, do you want anything to drink? You want a coffee? You want an iced coffee? You want a Coke?
Yeah. No. That totally makes sense. Yeah. What a crazy story. It's fucked up.
What a weird, wacky, and wild bit of news, Jason. That's what I'd say about that. If we
may offer.
Go out, call 911 yourself. Jason has just dropped off of the call. Jason has disappeared. He has been lost into the ether. He's dead, possibly forever. He's asking to come back in. Do I let him in? Oh, he's already back in. He's back. Jason, was that... I thought that was so unbelievable. Because I have to say about that story, Jason, before we proceed, that was so unbelievable. If it didn't happen to some guy that Jason was reading a story about to me, I wouldn't believe that it happened to someone else. Mm-hmm. I thought it was so unbelievable that you left that call to go kill 5 people and then kill yourself. And I was about to call the Federal Bureau of Investigation and tell him he should be on the most wanted guy list, like former Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding, who competed in the men's parallel giant slalom event at the Winter 2002 Olympics, placing 24th before being added to the most wanted list this year.
Is that how we're pronouncing that? Slalom?
Slalom.
Slabbat
Slalom.
No, I follow the logic, but I believe in this case it's pronounced slalom.
Slalom means hello, goodbye, and peace. Guys, these stories were exciting. They were so exciting. We're going to wrap up the episode because we're running a bit late.
Yeah.
Dealing with some stuff offline, and we started recording a bit late too. And Jason's old, so we gotta get to bed.
Yeah,
but thank you,
Matt. I already missed Matlock.
You already missed Matlock by 30 years. I think they brought it back, actually. Didn't they bring Matlock back?
They did with Kathy Bates, and it's no good.
So wasn't the point of Matlock that it was the guy from the 50s? Like, wasn't the whole point of the show is like it's this guy from the 50s and he's back?
No, I thought it was just that he was like a southern country lawyer.
So the original Matlock
he sort of created that.
Starred Andy Griffith.
Big
name, big guy. He was Andy Griffith show. That's right. The same name, along with A Face in the Crowd, No Time for Sergeants. But the whole gist was he was playing a defense attorney as opposed to Perry Mason, which was about a prosecutor. So it's kind of interesting. Then they rebooted it with Kathy Bates. Critical response. 100% approval on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I guess
That's too high. I don't trust 100. I don't trust anything with 100% approval.
No.
Everything I like is divisive.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's besides the point. Speaking of divisive, you can follow us, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. We're going to get back to posting clips again. Guys, I figured out a little peek behind the curtain. I've been stretching myself a bit too thin, so Jason's going to be helping out more with the clips. I'm going to be getting more serious with the editing. We're going to get that fixed up. We're going to get more clips out so you can see little short bites of the best segments of these episodes. By the way, Jason, I'm going to talk about both of our social medias, but there's something I forgot to brag about on this show that I'm going to do right now. This week, I went to the dentist. Do you know how long it had been since I'd been to the dentist?
I don't. 10 years. Well, I know because you told me. Yeah,
10
10
goddamn years.
Yeah.
Not a fucking cavity. Not a single fucking cavity, dude. I am fucking goated. Look at these teeth.
Yeah. No, good for you.
Excellent teeth. Gaps because I didn't wear my retainer as a kid. Sorry for lighting your money on fire, Dad.
Well, I mean, you're a kid.
That's the thing.
Don't beat yourself up.
No, I don't. I don't beat myself up about it. I just know in like
over
5 to 10
your
years,
mangled fangs now.
I just know in 5 to 10 years, I'll be like my Invisalign sucks and hate my 15-year-old self.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you could follow me,
right? Yeah,
the Tooth Goat, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Andrew Michaels Comedy. Also, I think seriously.andrew or seriously_Andrew on TikTok. It's a new account I just started. Probably going to use it to post my serious thoughts when I have them. Haven't had them since starting it, so I'll let you guys know.
Tooth care. Yeah.
Tooth care and other things. Dude, I have a whole fucking... We talked about my oral care routine before. We don't need to get into it now. We'll get into it.
That's right.
Here's what I do, guys. Here's the Andrew Michaels oral care routine.
Okay.
Twice a day. Floss. After you floss.
Got it.
Water floss. After you water floss, mouthwash. Brush your teeth last. Now, after you brush your teeth in the morning, you don't eat or drink anything for 30 to 45 minutes. After you brush your teeth at night, that's it, dude. You're done. Don't rinse out the toothpaste. You let that shit rest on your fucking teeth. Get all that fluoride in there. My dog is getting excited just hearing about it.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. Jason, where can they follow you with your weak teeth?
Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram, but probably more Blue Sky.
Jason V. Strong.
Jason V. Strong. Yes, thank you.
Jason
that's
V.
me.
Strong. Vaginal. Strong. And thank you so much for listening, guys. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom to close
on? Boy, I don't know. I guess, well, like we said, if you got to call 911, call 911. Don't
call it yourself.
Don't call your significant other, to ask permission, or you don't want to daisy chain that shit. Like you want to be the one.
It's not a phone tree situation.
That's exactly right.
But
and side benefit: the fewer people that are involved in your decision to call 911, the less likely it is that one of them is eating a McGriddle.
That's true. It's true. She would have it would have been before the McGriddle was ordered, right? She would have ordered the McGriddle at the end of the call, or she would have been eating the McGriddle. And you're not even going to notice. Like if they're chewing, you're like, well, they're eating at their desk. That makes sense.
That's fine. Yeah.
So I agree with you, Jason.
There we go.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah.
We will see you
Thanks for
next
listening.
time.